Hi everybody, I just want to give you an update today. It is day 4 of my Optavia journey. So let me tell you about my week. I started on Monday and I then jumped, now to Thursday. I have 4 full days. I've completed all my food today, so I wanted to tell you about it. So the first day was pretty good. I had prepped the night before for all my fuelings, all my lean and green stuff, and I had kind of planned to maybe play it by ear a little bit. I wanted to definitely do 1 lean and green that day, so do the 5-in-1 plan, which is 5 fuels and 1 lean and green option of the day. But then I knew also that because I have around 100 pounds to lose, a little bit over 100 pounds, that the 5-in-2 option was recommended. So we wanted to, kind of go towards that way, but I just wasn't sure yet if I absolutely needed a second lean and green. Well, I'd done the morning, so I think I had done the wild strawberry shake for breakfast, had a bar for the next fueling. I don't remember what I did next, but there was a third one. And then around 1 o'clock, I got really dizzy. And I was already fixing, the next fueling. But I was so dizzy, I was almost confused. I couldn't really think straight. Wasn't really sure what was going on. Except that I knew that in the past, that will happen to me if my blood sugar is really low. I may not even feel hungry, but I can just get really dizzy. So I was like, I need more food. The feeling's not gonna help. I definitely need to eat something else. So I prepared had some chicken patties that were not fried in the freezer. So I did that really fast with some broccoli, and I felt better immediately. So then I went about the rest of my day. Had I guess that's 2 more fuelings, and then I did shrimp and I think I did broccoli for dinner, which was great. The biggest thing I learned on day 1 was just that you have to measure, all of your food. So if you're doing the leanest type of protein, like a non-fatty fish or a shrimp or, something like that, then, or, egg whites, you can have 7 ounces of that. And when I was weighing that food, I was just shocked about how, I don't know how much food that was. And I was stuffed. I was shocked at how full I was. It was just crazy. So I was really full that night, and I slept okay. I slept pretty well, but I did wake up at one point and was really dizzy in the middle of the night. And so I think I had to maybe eat something that night. I can't really remember all that well, but I felt like I had to eat a fueling maybe in the middle of the night that night. And then I was worried about it, because I was like, I'm not supposed to eat in the middle of the night. I'm just supposed to do, 5 of these a day. What am I going to do? But that was okay because I knew that it was part of the process. And then day 2 was also really good. I don't remember exactly now. Well, actually, I have it with me. The cool thing about Optavia too is that they give you your first week journal. So as you can tell, mine's really messy, but it has a fold out here so that you can report all the food. So the second day, I started out with a bar, and then I had 1 egg, and then I did a modified lean and green. I did 2 other eggs and then broccoli for the next one. And then I had a shake, and I put one of the condiments in it, which was a cup of milk. And then the next filling I had the pretzel sticks that were so good. And then next I did the beef beef herb penne thing that they have, which was so good. But I put a little bit of cream cheese in there. That's serving cream cheese, that's condiment size. And that was delicious. And then for dinner, I had a burger and broccoli. But when I even measured the burger, I thought, oh, well, 1 burger. That's normally what I have. No burger, a bun with no, I'm saying it backwards. A burger with no bun, and then a vegetable. It's normally what I would make for my husband and I anyway for dinner. I weigh it, and it was 3.5 ounces. And I was going, this can't be right. This is a burger. This is heavy. it's got to be more ounces than that. But because it's a burger, I still need 5 ounces because even though it's the least lean and it's fatty, I still need 5 ounces of that protein. So I was texting my coach about it, and she said, nope, go ahead. I normally eat 2 of them anyway to get the right serve. I was like, holy cow. So that was also awesome that I was nice and full. And then for my last fueling that day, I tried the chocolate chip cookie. It was so good. And I forgot to say, the day before, I had the brownie at nighttime, and that was delicious too. So then I jumped into day 3 because I slept really great that night. Had no trouble with being hungry. Maybe because I had a burger for dinner, I don't know. But then the next morning, I kind of had a better day, I felt like, with my food, because I felt like on Monday, Tuesday, I was still a little unsure about, like, did I get the right condiments? Did I overeat anything? Did I get enough protein? All that. So I really prepared on Tuesday night what I was going to have for the next day. So I got my waffle maker, like one of those tiny Dash waffle makers. And so I did a few things. So I made some waffles out of 2 different things. One was the pancakes, chocolate chip pancakes, and that was very good. I put a little bit of egg white in there, and then I used PB2 to top it. And then I also did the smashed potatoes, this garlic smashed potatoes tasted so good, and put a little bit of egg whites in there. And I think a half a teaspoon of cream cheese too, or half a tablespoon, I guess, and made that into a waffle. So those were 2 easy to eat snacks when I was at work with clients. I had the chocolate chip bar, which was amazing. I think it might be the peanut butter and chocolate chip bar. Oh, it was my favorite. The crisp bars, I'm not a huge fan of, but I did try it in the microwave yesterday, and much better. But the chocolate chip bar, I had heard from Mallory making that you can put it in the microwave for 15 seconds and it'll taste like a brownie or a cookie dough. Oh, it did. It was so good. I put it on a plate and ate it with a fork. It was incredible. So then in the afternoon, I had 2 pickles because I was feeling a little bit dizzy around the time I was supposed to eat that bar. So I ate the bar and had 2 pickles. And then I did chicken last night with green beans. So 3 servings of green beans, which is, a half cup each. So a cup and a half. So actually, I forgot to say, on Tuesday, I really struggled again in the afternoon around 1 o'clock with being horrendously dizzy. And I was in a session. I'm a counselor. I was in a session and I was having so much trouble focusing. It was like right at the 1 o'clock time. It was right when I was eating. But it's like the food, I guess I had waited too long. And so the food just wasn't catching up, fast enough. I was really struggling. And so that really kind of scared me again. I was like, what's going on? I can't do this. But then all day yesterday, I did well until around that 4 o'clock mark. So right when I was going to eat the bar, and I ended up eating the bar and the 2 pickles, I was starting to get dizzy then. But it was never severe. It was pretty mild. But it lasted me the entire evening and even past dinner time into the night. And so when I got in bed that night, it was like I was so dizzy up here in my forehead. I was like, what do I do? Like I just had, what was it? What did I have last night? The cinnamon swirl cheesecake. That was awesome. I wanted to add a little bit more cinnamon to it, but I didn't have any more condiments left. But it was great. I have a love for the desserts, I guess. Even though I generally don't have desserts in real life unless we're just cheating and being bad. So I couldn't figure out what to do. And out of like desperation, I was like, I'm going to eat some cheese. Even though I hadn't had cheese, I just thought, what is my body lacking? I can't tell. I feel like I've had enough protein. Surely I've had enough fat. I don't know. But, I'm going to keep going. But I'm just going to eat some cheese and see what happens. So the dizziness went away within about 30 minutes, I guess. I slept 3 hours, woke up so hungry. I could not sleep, like tossing, turning, just like ravenously hungry. So I ended up eating a bar, and then I went back to sleep, slept another 3 hours before waking up at 5:30, and I mean, I wasn't really sleeping. It was like pretend sleeping because it was more of I was just starving. I was starving. I was tossing and turning. I was hot. I was cold. I was hot. I was cold. Like it was so much. And you have to know, like, I am such a good sleeper. Like definitely had insomnia issues in the past and stuff like that. A lot of anxiety. But like I am an amazing sleeper. I can like lay down in the bed, be asleep within probably 3 to 5 minutes. Like I don't feel like I lay there at all. It's just like I focus on how cozy the pillow is and how our room feels so good, and then I'm just out cold. And I normally wake up one time a night to go to the bathroom, generally somewhere between like 2 and 5. And I'm pretty good. The only time I really toss and turn is if I'm sleeping in late, and then like my hips are hurting or my lower back's hurting because we need a new mattress. So it's not too bad. So, to toss and turn and be hot and cold and hot and cold. And I noticed whenever I'd eat something, that hot feeling would go away. Like anytime my blood sugar was low, I was like really warm. And, at work, it's really cold at work. It's super cold in my house too. There shouldn't be any reason why I'm so hot, but I was just getting really hot when my blood sugar was low. So I thought that was an interesting difference. So when I would eat and then my blood sugar level, I would go cold again. And I was like, okay, I can fall back asleep. So it was a miserable night. And I think I had only lost a half of a pound this morning when I got back on. As I was really struggling, like my weight wasn't really changing this week. And I know it's because I was having to eat a little bit extra things and my body was just really trying to work on it. So that brought me into today. And this morning when I got up, even though I slept terribly, I was so energized and happy. I was almost hyper. Like I was cracking jokes. It was 7 o'clock in the morning. And generally my husband and I are like, I'm on the way to work. But I was super funny. I was really witty. And then the rest of the day, I never got tired. I would have expected to feel really tired, but never did. I did well all day today with dizziness. So the only times I noticed myself starting to get dizzy was like at that 2-hour mark, because you're supposed to eat every 2 to 3 hours. So there was like a sweet spot of maybe 10 minutes before the 2 hours for that. And I would have like a hunger pain, like, oh, I'm feeling hungry. And then it would jump to dizziness within 10 minutes if I didn't eat. So I had to really stay on myself, but it worked. So like for breakfast, I had some, I had a shake, and then I put a little bit of PB2 in there. And so that was at 7:30. And then at 8:30, I was still feeling kind of hungry for some reason. So I decided I would just go ahead and eat a bar. Even though it was an hour later, I was like, I know this is going to pay off. It's going to be worth it. And I was right, because I didn't get dizzy. And so then 2 hours after that, I had a waffle that had just like a tablespoon of egg whites in it. And then 2 hours after that, I had the penne fueling, and I had the like lean and green kind of portion with it. And that was perfect because, I was getting sick around that 1 o'clock time. So I thought, well, maybe I'll troubleshoot, and it worked. So then at 3, so that lasted me 3 hours. At 3, I had the crunchers, and they're like these cheddar herb crunchers. They taste like veggie straws. They were perfect. Perfect. Although when I opened them up, they're like so small. And when I looked at it, I was like, oh, that's really weird. They almost look like worms. But of course they're not worms. They were delicious. That was probably one of my favorite things, minus the taste of the beef penne stuff, and then the taste of the desserts so far. I love those. And that peanut butter chocolate chip bar, of course. So then tonight I had lettuce. I had lettuce, tomatoes, and then taco meat. And I actually had ground spinach yesterday with a salad. I forgot to say that, with spinach. And that was so good. And because it was turkey, I got to add some dressing to it. So that was perfect. And then tonight I had one of the chocolate chip cookies again. So I'm all done with my food today. I was able to make it successfully the whole day without getting like horrendously dizzy. Because last night when I was struggling so much, I just had the first thoughts of like, I can't do this. I cannot stay dizzy. I have to figure out what's going on. Why am I not into a fat burn stage yet? And I know that they said that fat burn really happens between day 4 and day 6. So perhaps me struggling so much yesterday, was a part of that. I'm not really sure. But I did end up staying home from work yesterday because I felt really bad for some reason. My body just felt really sick. And I think I was just detoxing in some way, even though I eat really healthy and I have for a long time. We'll have those like weekends of whatever, but like I've been gluten-free for a little while, and we have been staying away from sugar in a lot of ways. So we're really strict about healthy fats and stuff like that, non-inflammatory things, unless we eat out. That's like an exception. But I don't know. We were just I was surprised I would detox. I guess that night I just wasn't feeling well. So I stayed home from work yesterday and I took a 3-hour nap in the morning and an hour nap in the afternoon. So I had slept a lot. And so then today I was crazy energized. So it's really interesting, why that happened. But who knows? So I'm glad that today went well. So I'm hoping that tonight I will do better, that I won't be so hungry. And it would make sense because then I'm jumping into the fat burning stage. But I spoke with my coach tonight and her coach above her. So that level of support was really nice because I was troubleshooting with them this morning. I was like, I was miserable. I don't know what else to do. What can I do? So the secondary coach, Tammy, she was saying that a big way to troubleshoot would be to add an ounce of the leanest protein, like chicken or ground beef, and do just an ounce at a time, like wait 30 minutes or so, and then see what happens. Like, does the dizziness go away? Because she said that a protein will work faster to raise my blood sugar than a fat would. And I didn't really think about that because I was like, well, of course, a fat would help stabilize me because I work really hard at that in general before this diet to not just eat a carb by itself, to have a fat with it. So then it just levels out your blood sugar and just helps you not have spikes, because I've been working on my blood sugar for a while. Even though I'm not diabetic, I just have had issues with blood sugar since I took a medication for my hormone problem, and then it would just plummet me all the time. So I haven't really fully recovered from taking that medication, evidently. Even though it's been, 2 years, I think, since I've had it. So I'm angry at the stupid medication. But anyway, so that's the plan for tonight. I hope that goes well. I'm hoping that I have a good loss tomorrow, since I was able to just really keep my body steady today. They said that, the biggest payoff will come when your body really hits the fat burning stage, working through this detox. They're like, what you're saying is normal. We're not surprised. We've heard this before. Like, this is okay. It'll just keep going. You just have to keep pushing and making this good habits. So I'm praying that tonight will be better. But I at least felt really good today. And like so good too that I actually thought of other food and thought, ooh, that would be really good. I haven't done that all week. Like, I've been struggling with dizziness on and off that I haven't thought about other food or wanted other food. But today, I think we were driving home and I saw something. And I was like, ooh, Chick-fil-A. I could figure out how to eat at Chick-fil-A. I know there's already a dining out option. But I thought, well, I hope that's not a bad thing. I hope it's not a bad thing that I'm headed out of fat burn instead of into fat burn, because I know fat burn, you generally, don't struggle with feeling too hungry and you have a lot of energy. So it's like, well, at least I have one side of that already. So anyway, some things I have noticed already is that, even though I've been used to just eating vegetables and meat a lot anyway, it seems like food tastes better, which is weird. But, I would just make spinach with a taco meat with a few, tomatoes on it or whatever yesterday. And it was just like, I inhaled it. It's like everything that was hitting my mouth just like liquefied. I was just so happy to be eating whatever food it was, because it just tasted so good. So I think that's funny. Because, they say a lot of times it takes you a while to adjust. And so it's like, well, at least my taste buds adjusted quickly. But I've always been someone who craved vegetables in my adult life. So my family thinks I'm weird. But maybe I am. So I thought that was a good thing. And so now I'm just hoping for the scale to move. But I guess the biggest thing is getting out of the dizzy phase and working on consistency, because the big thing my coach keeps saying is consistency is the answer. Because once you push your body to be, in this consistent state of, I will fuel you at these times, you're keeping your blood sugar steady, and then the body's not in this emergency mode. And my body's been in emergency mode for a long time. Like, I've really struggled with weight for years now, because of the hormone problems that I have with PCOS. So my blood sugar, struggles to keep steady. My blood sugar is a little bit higher already because of PCOS. It doesn't regulate very well. And PCOS is a metabolic problem. So, it just affects how your body processes everything: hormones, food, sugar, and then what hormones it creates too. So, I'm really just working on that core process right now, which is the goal of all of it. But I know that it will pay off. And, definitely been one of those people who, I think, like everybody, thinks, is my body the only body that's not going to ever be able to lose weight because I've been working on it so hard for so long? But I'm just going to dare to believe that that is not true. So, yeah. The friend who got me into it, the coach who's working with me, I've known her since we were both 18. So it's been 15 years. And she has already lost 93 pounds. I'm so proud of her. So I think, if it wasn't for her, there is absolutely no way that I would have ever tried this diet. So I would have just kept beating myself up about, keep eating cleaner, keep doing this, work harder on this, eat lower calorie. And I think sometimes you need to, if you're stuck in that process, I think you need to stop the process, try something new, do something different. So that's where I am. So I might be doing this scared, but I just have this desperation to do it right, and get my body to respond. So, yeah. So there's day 4. Day 1 through 4, ending on day 4. So I hope that I will, upload some other things this weekend, let you know. Hopefully by day 7. I'll have some more progress to share with you, and reduce dizziness would be the absolute goal. So thanks for watching, for listening. Hope you enjoy this. And subscribe if you want to just share this journey with me, because I really want to be able to just help encourage other people. Like I've been encouraged, watched a lot of YouTube about Optavia. Don't find a ton about it. So I thought, why not share what I went through? So thanks. Take care.